jump on to our next one then.
Yeah. Next game we got is one we were going to talk about last time, but we ran out of time. But we're going to discuss it this time because we've been having a good time with it. And that is a game called Splitgate, which is free-to-play shooter that has been touted as Halo meets Portal.
Yeah, so we actually play this at PAX.
I think it was actually DreamHack when I was thinking about
DreamHack.
DreamHack, yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. Like, I really did not remember playing this game, which is not good, but I guess I vaguely remember. Anyway,
it was a real quick. Like, we sat down, we played I think one round, and then they shut the game down, and they were like closing for the day because we got there in the afternoon, I believe.
Oh, I see.
That was it.
Well, basically, it's like Halo meets Portal, and it definitely has that vibe. Plays that way. There, you have some guns you start out with. Usually, it's like a machine gun with a scope, and then like a not battle rifle, just a single shot carbine, and
DMR.
Or at least AMR. And there's a lot. So it's red versus blue, and they have spots on the wall where you can put portals on. And you have your left portal, right portal. I'm just going to call it that. I don't know what else. It's what is it, yellow and blue?
It's your in and out.
Okay.
Yeah.
I do not know the technical terms for these.
Yeah.
So you kind of just you put those on the wall, and you can jump around the map, and it's pretty fun. It's action packed. It actually, like, Halo in itself is pretty fun, but having this new added stuff as new added gameplay of portals, like, I think it opens up a really good system to jump into and get really involved in. And I find it quite entertaining, especially when you're fighting people, and then you can just portal around. Like, you can go on the left flank, the right flank. If you're lucky, you can portal right behind them and like just sneak up on people and then blow them away. And you can have one portal open, and you're also able to close both portals separately. So you could launch a portal, go through it, or the two portals, go through it, close one so no one can follow up behind you, and then launch another one somewhere, and then go through the portal you just came out of. So you go into that one, you can go to a different one. You can just like this really cool hop around kind of mechanic, and I find it quite entertaining. And then they have like all of the gameplay, what do you call them? Matches from Halo. So like Team Oddball and King of the Hill and VIP and all these things that were. It's actually
SWAT.
It could be pretty crazy with the portals. So, and I find that the actual maps they've created are suited very well for all of these game types.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of maps too. I mean, there's like at least 20 maps, I want to say, in the game.
Oh yeah,
I was impressed. There's at least 20 maps. There's at least 10 game modes. So they brought a lot of game modes, and like Austin said, a lot of them are very much. I mean, they're not even like trying to hide the idea. They're pulled from Halo, like Oddball and SWAT and all that stuff. Shotties versus snipers, all these different things, and the guns and everything are all based around that idea. But they literally just took the portal mechanic and the Halo arena shooting and like mashed it together, and it seems to work pretty well. And I mean, I think we've been streaming it the last several weeks, and it's been a blast. I mean, I love that it's like much more. It's like no nonsense shooter essentially.
Yeah,
there's not a lot of extra fluff and crazy things. I mean, most of the games we play these days, it's like either got the crazy battle royale thing where you got like 100 people run around, and you got people that have all kinds of different weapons of all these different things and attachments and powers and building mechanics and this, that, whatever it might be. This is just, you got your 5 or 6 guns, and usually you just have 2 on your person, and you got the portals, and that's it. So it's very simple mechanics. And the rounds are short too, which is nice. You can get in and get out. You could play like 3 or 4 rounds in 15, 20 minutes and call it a day and be satisfied. What's interesting about this game? Go ahead.
Right, that's what's nice about it. Is you can just jump in. They have a battle pass, and you just play the game, do whatever you want. I mean, you just put on the casual play, and then just run through a few matches, and I mean, you're gonna hit your dailies and your weeklies pretty quick within a few matches. Just play the game. I mean, that's what's awesome about it.
Yeah.
Like, you don't have to really think about it. It's like, I just want to have fun. I'm getting stuff along the way. I'm happy.
Yeah, the Battle Pass stuff so far isn't that. I mean, it's the first Battle Pass. They call it Battle Pass 0 because it's still in early access, technically, or it's still a. It's actually not even early access anymore, I guess. But it's their
open
first
beta.
first Battle Pass, and they basically said
Yeah.
that they're going to be probably indefinitely in open beta. So who knows if they're going to take it off? But that's where they are now. But it's
That'd be hilarious.
got some cool stuff. You know, there's yeah, right. There's like a cardboard gun you get as your first unlock, so that's really interesting. But what's crazy about this game is it actually came out May of 2019, so it's been out for two and a half years now.
Wow.
The reason it just recently had a resurgence, the reason why I found about it and wanted to pick it up, is that it released what got it to get recognized is it released on consoles with cross-play and cross-gen capabilities. So prior to that, it was just PC players, and it was called Splitgate Arena Warfare. And then they dropped the Arena Warfare and just called it Splitgate, dropped it on all the consoles with the crossplay, and then all of a sudden everybody was playing it. Because I think this really is a console-focused kind of game. I mean, it's got the Halo. You know, it's definitely where it comes out.
Yeah.
So
hey, it came out. It has a good resurgence right now since obviously Halo is going to launch here not too long from now, but. You know, it's good to get your fix in now.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree. I mean, it's probably not going to be popular once Halo Infinite comes out, assuming Halo Infinite actually plays well. But it's a good palate cleanser until then, and I appreciate that. And I think the portals are such an interesting mechanic to this game. I mean, when I first started playing it, I was like, this is confusing, and it's probably going to be really hard for me to get used to, like, one, shoot out two portals that are done by two different buttons on your keyboard, and then to take them away, it's also two separate buttons. And it was a little awkward at first getting used to that, but I eventually very quickly got into like, okay, drop a portal here, and then whenever I'm ready to like send another one up, I'll set up that portal, go through this one, come out the other one, and like flank people or like shoot through people, like look through one portal to shoot somebody in the back from another direction without even entering into that other portal, which is really nice. And when you shoot out portals, the enemy sees your portals but can't see through it. Only you can see through it. So that adds a whole new like mechanic into or strategic element into the game. And you can destroy other people's portals. You have this grenade that really doesn't hurt anybody except for it hurts the portals. So that's another way. If you see somebody like popping a portal out next to you, you can throw a grenade at it real quick and he won't be able to drop through. So a lot of cool moves you can do to stop your enemy from flanking you or taking you out, but at the same time, you have a lot of things you can do to stop them from advancing and really twist the game up rather than just your standard run around the arena from the standard map layout. You know, this takes away that whole map layout memorization out the window because now people can just drop in wherever they want.
It can get crazy real fast. I mean, it's really cool to just flank your enemy. Like, I mean, you can see when someone shoots a portal out, but if you're not paying attention, like you'll miss it because it's just kind of like a split second. You see like this beam fly past you or around you, and like you can kind of guess, oh, they probably just put a portal behind me and they're trying to flank me. And it's little things like that kind of give you the advantage and or just trying to get behind an enemy. We're playing a team oddball match, and we just kept flying all the way around the map because I would launch a portal like across the map. Throw the second one in front of us, and then me and Travis and I think Sarah had the ball, so we would just go through the portal, and I just close the portal behind us, and then they'd be running to one side of the map. Next thing you know, they got to run to the other side of the map, and sometimes it can get pretty intense, and you forget to use that portal because Travis in the beginning, probably even now, him and Sarah just they say they don't really understand the portal mechanic,
right?
And for me, it's like I've picked it up in a few seconds. You just use it to get across the map like that. That's like been one of the key thing, like major points in some of these games like Halo where you're trying to get to your team or just any kind of game, and you go in there and one at a time, like you are getting picked off, and it's like if y'all can just get over there to join your friends as fast as possible, you can turn the tide of the game.
Oh yeah. So
I use that like all the time. Like it's amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, you have a jetpack in this game too, which I was like,
the portal,
but you have the little jetpacks you can jump around with, and That's super cool as well. But another thing I really liked about it is that they have you can make custom games, which I thought was really great. So, we've been trying to find games that we can play as like a Discord community, which I admittedly do a bad job at cultivating and making happen. But there was one night we were streaming and we got 8 of us into a custom game where we had 4v4, and it's like very much an old school feeling custom game setup where I can create a lobby, invite people into it, and I can set all the settings. You can even change gravity, and you can change add in big head mode and all this crazy stuff. Pick the map, pick the game type and stuff like that. And we had a great time. And we had everybody that's regular in the Discord. We had Dread Pixie in there, which was awesome. So shout out to Dread Pixie for joining us in the game. Everybody that is jumping in the server and pretty active was there to hang out and play for a little bit. It was a lot of fun. Had a good time. I got my butt kicked, but it's fine. It happens.
Yeah, it's fine. I kicked your butt.
That's right. That's right.
We played gun game and I won.
Yeah,
twice. Right. I think Travis won once. Mm-hmm. And I forgot who won the 4th time.
Yeah, gun game is pretty cool too. That was a good time.
Yeah,
so definitely had fun with that one as well. That's just, there's so many modes and there's so many things you can do. It's really, it's amazing how much they were able to cram in this game. Granted, they had a pretty big investment from some guy that has done a lot of stuff in the tech world. So it's the people that started this game were 2 people from Stanford, and they were just like, hey, we want to make video games, so let's do it. And they created this idea, and the one of the founders, I want to see if I can find out what he is part of, because he had a pretty interesting background here.
Well, if you're gonna look that up, I have something to say.
Go for it.
So last time on the podcast, I really want to talk about this because I was real coming into it. Everyone hyped me up from Discord, and I jump into it, and it was really fun. And it's one of those games I don't mind playing every day, but man, 2 weeks from that, maybe even 3 weeks from that, at this point, we've kind of fallen off of it, which is kind of sad. Which is one of those games where I don't mind falling off. It's something quick, action-packed. I understand it. I can jump in when I want to and just have some fun. And I really don't have to it's not something where, I haven't bought the Battle Pass. Travis bought the Battle Pass, but, on Apex Legends or some other kind of Battle Royale, you kind of want to be in there every day because some of those dailies and weeklies require you to really rack up some points, either, kill with machine guns or I don't know, kill so many guys with headshots and stuff like that. And it's just it gets intense, especially when you already bought the Battle Pass and you want to kind of rank up. It kind of feels like a chore at a certain point, but this doesn't really feel like a chore. And yeah, even though I feel like we're falling off of it, it's it's no big deal.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think so too. I was really hyped to play this game all the time. When I first started playing it, I'm in the same boat that I wouldn't. I'm not chomping the bit to jump back into this, but I do want to keep playing it with our group. And I think that's what's going to be so nice about it, is that it is something we can say, hey, you guys want to play Splitgate tomorrow, and get 4 or 5, 6 of us or whatever to jump in and play. And it's not you have to, it's a huge learning curve to remember how to get back into it and know what the moves are. It's just second nature, which is great. So the guy that is the kind of finance guy behind it, he's the chairman. His name's Tom Praux or something like that. But I thought it was interesting because he's the co-founder of Intuit and developer of TurboTax and QuickBooks, which is big shit in the industry. TurboTax is the de facto standard for filing your taxes as a non-tax person, and QuickBooks is the largest accounting software in the industry for managing your business accounting, and he's developed those things, which is holy shit. So he's a big deal and has done a lot of stuff over the years. And Intuit also owns Mint.com. So they bought Mint,
wow.
And they pretty much own everything in the finance industry. So
yeah. Wow, that's awesome. So I don't know. Sorry, I have to cut you off.
Go ahead.
I don't know what's going to happen when, obviously, a lot of people are excited about Halo. But I've heard people talking about they don't like. Not a lot of people. I just heard some people talk about it. They don't like the whole like the female court or female person in the arena doing all this talking when it's usually that one guy with very distinct voice, very Halo, which I assume they have different. They said they have different voices, so maybe you can bring that guy back in there as like the main voice, and you can just kind of switch them out as you want, right? Mm-hmm. They have stuff like that in other games. I can't think of it off the top of my head, but I wonder if this game, feeling so Halo, if more people might swing this way once Halo comes out, depending on how that goes. I mean, I don't think it's going to be like I don't think it's going to be like this giant, like, oh, no one's playing Halo because of this, but like, I wonder how big they will grow just by themselves with that. Like, obviously, Halo's big. It's huge. It's going to be that way. I just wonder how many people are just going to jump ship to be like, I just want to play this. This is so much more like Halo, because Halo's changed so, I won't say significantly, but obviously it's changed, and it's got to change over time. Just how it has, it's how it has to be. I mean, it's been around forever. I don't know. I feel like there's a nostalgia value that Splitgate has with those Halo-ish mechanics. Yeah, and I think it might carry it through even when Halo launches.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to find out. I mean, I mean, everything that people said when the playtest came out was like immensely positive. Like everything I've heard so far from like people in the media and the influencer space or whatever have basically been like, you know, this is I wasn't super excited about Halo Infinite until this came out, and now it's like my most anticipated game of the year. And they were like really jazzed on it because they said it feels like Halo 3 is actually what they said, which I don't remember Halo 3 that much, but I guess the multiplayer was pretty good in Halo 3. It was before they switched over from Bungie to 343, I think. So, well, what was Reach done by? Reach was done by Bungie as well.
Bungie,
right?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that was after.
That was their last one.
Yeah.
So for Splitgate Steam charts on launch of May 2019, they had 11,000. June they dropped to 4,000, and then they dropped significantly in July of 2019 to 394 players.
Yep.
But on July of 2021, when I guess because of the console boost, they gained 45,000 players.
Yeah.
Their peak was August with 67,000 players.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And their 24-hour peak was 20,000 players. So they have quite a following right now.
Yeah.
It's kind of amazing. This is what happened. This is what needs to happen to Avengers, but it's not going to happen.
But yeah, Splitgate's fun. It's a good time. We'll see what happens when Halo Infinite comes out. I mean, I think it's definitely going to see a huge drop, but I do think people will stick through with it just because they've built, you know, reputation with this game, and they've built hype around this game, and but the fact that Halo Infinite's going to be free to play is a big thing here. It's going to be hard for them to stay on top.
So is this.
Well, that's my point, though, is that why would you continue to play this when you got a free Halo that you can play that is Halo, you know, there? And like a lot of people are going to do that just because for the brand name recognition. And they're going to just like, okay, well, there's the better game that's finally here, and it's also free to play. So I'm just going to go play that.
I am looking forward to chatting about that once Halo launches.
Yeah. I mean, well,
like a few months in.
Depend how good it is.
Yeah.
Sure. But we'll see.
We will see.